Okay, I think we are live. Welcome to Chosen Live number 18, ladies and gentlemen. In this one, something I've been kind of putting off for a little while, I guess you could say, is my unfiltered thoughts regarding the sequel trilogy. Now, I'm going to pull no punches in this live. I'm going to pull like no holds barred kind of thing. I'm going to give you my full, honest opinions on the sequels, and I'm going to also be, I'm going to be fair. I'm not just going to rag on them to rag on them. I'm going to give you, a fair, balanced point of view as to why I feel the way I feel regarding certain choices, character decisions, story decisions, you name it. And then I'm just going to talk a little bit about that. And then I'm going to give you guys the opportunity to come in, say your piece, ask some questions, and then maybe, give me your 2 cents regarding Star Wars and all things Star Wars. So for anyone who's watching now or on rewatch, shout out to you. You're the MVP. We are climbing 4th to 6K subs. We're going to get that very soon, hopefully, God willing. And we're climbing to 10K as the long term. That's the long-term goal. But anyway, to the point at hand. I want to preface this by saying there's nothing that you're going to say that about 90% of that I don't agree with. There's always going to be the odd part of it where I go, that's a little bit much. I think you're overselling it there. I think it's a bit too far. But there is nothing you're going to say that is going to actually surprise me to the point where, I don't go, yeah, I agree. I totally agree. And yes, they should have had a plan. They should have said, yes. They should have had a plan. I agree with that. But even though there may not have been a plan, once The Force Awakens was done, JJ left notes. He left story beats, right? Here's what I'm thinking. Here's where it could go. And then because of the lack of cohesion and clear vision, Ryan then comes in and basically takes it and just tosses it out of the window. And as I've said before, and as many others have said before, you just can't do that, right? You don't just set things up here and then just have everyone going off over here. No. But before I continue on, let me just see who we've got up here in the chat. Let's welcome you all, one and all. We got Evan. What's up, dude? We got Lisa. We got Chosen VADER owner. We got John Paul. We got Chillwell Season. And we got Michael. What's up, guys? So essentially, The Force Awakens for me, I'm going to start with each film individually. The Force Awakens for me was a good first act. It wasn't perfect. I didn't really like everything about it. There were things about it I personally would have done differently. Basically a New Hope Mark II. But I feel like that was a deliberate, creative, conscious choice to get the fans back on board. It was a way of, we were in that time of the loathing of the prequels. Now, I'm a prequel kid, so I never really understood the loathing. I never really understood why people got so pissed off about it. But we were in a time where the prequels weren't looked at as favorably as they are now. And obviously that's just because of where Disney's taken things. We were able to look at the prequels and go, they weren't half bad. They weren't half bad, especially Revenge of the Sith. I mean, come on. But I think The Force Awakens, whether you like the decisions or not, whether you agree with the decisions and the creative choices they made or not, it's a good first act. It does exactly what a first act needs to do. It reintroduces us to this world. As Mark Hamill said, you've been here before, but you don't know this story. And then we go into this new adventure. We set up these characters. We place these little nuggets of information. I was spoiled Han Solo's death before the film, but it still didn't take away from the emotional gut punch that was served while watching. I think there wasn't a dry eye in the cinema. I think every single person felt some type of way when Han died, and then he was stabbed, caressed Ben's face, and then falls down the shaft, and then that's it. Like there's no way Han's coming back from that. So it was amazing that they were able to get him back for episode 9 in not Force Ghost, but, memory. But I feel like, the characters, and this is where I'm going to start with a nitpick. The lack of plan is so apparent when Poe disappears. When Poe disappears, right, because the original intention, at least from my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong, was to kill him off. And I don't agree with that. Personally, I would have had Poe and Finn both run into Rey. Let the new trio, form this bond. Despite how Finn and Rey have this sort of, cool buddy connection, it would be nice if they had the trio together right there and then, instead of saving it for the 9th film, the final film, when we can't really give a rat's ass about it anymore. So then that way you can avoid the Mary Sue thing. You can have Poe be the pilot. You can have Rey and Finn on the guns. It works. It works perfectly, at least for me. And Kylo Ren was an interesting, complex character. And admittedly, I didn't really take to him at first, because the way Kylo Ren was to me in The Force Awakens was just a Vader wannabe. His look was cool, but it just felt like, okay, dude, you're overselling it now. Like, come on, you're really trying to be Vader. You are quite literally trying to be Vader. And I think I took that as a sort of, come on. So the one thing that I can give The Last Jedi praise for is we got to see the man underneath the mask. We got to see Ben Solo a bit more. We got to really understand why he is the way he is, what led him to this path. Now, I don't agree with everything that led him to that path. I'll get onto that. But Kylo he's a conflicted, complex character. He's not evil. He's not good. He's somewhere in the middle. He's tossing and turning. Sup RJ, he's sup Chosen, sup Detective Bat as well. He's tossing and turning between the light and the dark, and it shocks me that people think Kylo Ren was meant to be the villain of this trilogy. Kylo Ren was never set up to be the villain of this trilogy, right? If you understand how characters work, conflicted characters, right? And I've seen comments on Hawk in the chat here from Cobra Kai, right? Hawk and Kylo Ren are very, very similar. Kylo Ren he's trying to one up everyone. He's trying to prove, yeah, I'm the best. I'm the top dog. And he's always a number 2. He's always going to be a number 2. That's the same with Hawk. What was he doing throughout season 3? Kreese, look at me. Number 1. And no, that wasn't the case at all. And he fell into the role of number 2, but he's a badass number 2 nonetheless. So they are very similar in that aspect. So it does shock me the way people would like to say that Kylo Ren was set up to be a villain. He was never going to be the biggest baddie. That was Snoke. Snoke was your big bad. Kylo Ren, he's a baddie, but he's not Snoke level. Like, that's a whole different ball game. If you want to make Kylo Ren a villain, you don't make him conflicted. A villain, for all intents and purposes, is 100% set in their way. John Walker, Killmonger, Megatron, Thanos, people like that, they are set on their path. They have conflict. They don't, like, it's not they don't get conflicted. Of course they do. But for the most part, they have a vision. No matter what they feel, they're going for it. Kylo is constantly tossing and turning between the light. And I never would have bought it. And it all depends on the second act. Now, Force Awakens, I think, was a good first act. There's a lot about it I really like. I think the soundtrack's pretty good. I think Rey's theme is one of the best themes in Star Wars. I think Rey's introduction was perfect. Just seeing her being a scavenger, eating and just watching the ships fly away. Do you know, like, people say that the sequels didn't really acknowledge the prequels? I actually disagree. I think the sequels took a lot more from the prequels than you would think. Anakin on Tatooine in The Phantom Menace, he's like, someday I'm going to fly away from this place. I'm going to fly away. What does Rey do in The Force Awakens? Flies away. She flies away from that area where she wants nothing the hell to do with it anymore, and she goes on an adventure. Same thing Anakin did. So there you go. There's a nice little parallel for you. Obviously, I know Luke wanted to do it too. I'm just saying that it does relate to Anakin also. But The Force Awakens, I felt was a good first act. And Finn was a stormtrooper that turned good. And nothing happened. They went nowhere with this. I've said this 1,000 times. If I watch The Force Awakens now, or any clips with Finn from Force Awakens, I get so disappointed that they didn't do anything with him. The Last Jedi didn't do anything with him, and Rise of Skywalker didn't even do anything with him either. Yeah, they made him a general, they made him badass, but you should have been, like, him being Force sensitive is not enough for what was set up for his character. It just wasn't set, like, it's not enough. But let's cut to The Last Jedi. I think The Force Awakens, you know, was a good first act, and that's kind of, that's where I'm at with it. The final duel, though, with Rey, Finn, and against Kylo in the forest is one of my favorite duels in Star Wars because it's just visually so good to look at, and the substance. And then when Rey catches the saber, and the theme is playing from when Luke goes back home and sees the burnt homestead, you know, and I was like, oh, I got chills. Woo! I got chills. Shame those at the expense of Finn, but you know, hey. So let's cut to The Last Jedi. No, let's just finish off with the ending of The Force Awakens, because this is going to tie me straight into The Last Jedi. The ending of The Force Awakens pretty much ended like JJ was saying metaphorically, here you go, next in line, you take the story and you continue it. You don't take the story, toss the lightsaber over the shoulder, kill your main villain, you know, make Kylo Ren more conflicted, and then have no villain. That doesn't make any sense. Like, it's cool. Like, The Last Jedi is cool. However, my problem with The Last Jedi is it doesn't feel like a second act. It feels like another first act. It feels like we're beginning again. We're starting fresh. Everything that was going to happen, nope. It's here and it's over the shoulder. And in some ways, the fans kind of deserve this because we said, right, the Force, you know, the prequels, they suck. Okay, here you go. Have A New Hope Mark II. Oh, it's too similar. Force Awakens is copying A New Hope. All right, have The Last Jedi. It's completely different. Oh, no, it's too much. It's too much. Rise of Skywalker tried to be both, and it still failed. But with The Last Jedi, there's a lot of... The second act of any three-act play has a very specific ingredient to it. It's where you learn the most about your characters, where they go through they have the most depth, they go through the most trials. And, you know, there is a lot of that in The Last Jedi. There's some cool stuff in there. Like, I can enjoy the film as it is, but I think for me, personally, as a second act, it doesn't work. It works as a movie, but it doesn't work as a second act. It doesn't follow that formula, you know, and I feel like we didn't have any time with Snoke, you know, and people say, oh, it doesn't matter who he is. Well, we live in a universe now, right? The Star Wars universe. There are background characters that have backstories. That's how deep this shit is now. And yeah, true, he isn't that consequential, but if you don't kill him off, then you don't bring Palpatine back, therefore demeaning Anakin's sacrifice. You see what I'm saying? Like, this is where this trilogy went. And for me, The Last Jedi just, it kind of, you know, you don't toss the lightsaber over the shoulder, kill your main villain, you know, have everyone going off over here. And the character of Finn, what they did to Finn was inexcusable to me, right? I don't need to see him go, like, look, is it cool what he did? Yeah, okay, he's certain, right? He's chose his side. He's Resistance hero. Okay, cool. But he did that at the end of The Force Awakens. He did that already. I wanted to see my man Finn with a lightsaber. What? Nothing happened with it. Nothing happened. And that's why when episode 9 was coming along, I was praying. I was hoping. Because I knew they were going to do a time skip. So I was hoping, right, time skip, just make Finn train. Just have him train as a Jedi. I don't care. I'm at a point where I'm like, fuck it, do it. Do it. Wow. Woo! Do it. You need to do it. And they didn't do it. They didn't do it. And then, you know, the character of Rose. I mean, look, put it this way. No one's watching episode 9 thinking, oh, God, I need to know what happens to Rose. Oh, I really need to know. Come on, let's be real. We're watching this for Rey, Finn, Poe, Kylo Ren, the legacy characters, and Lando and Chewie. We're not watching it for Rose. Now, personally, what I would have done is, because of all the backlash that the fandom gave Kelly Marie Tran, which is unjust. It's disgraceful. It's disgusting. I wouldn't have reduced her role at all. And I think what they intended for episode 9 was her to have more of a role alongside Leia. But because of, you know, the untimely passing of Carrie Fisher, you know, rest in peace, princess, is that, you know, they had to work around it. And I think Rose just ultimately got the short end of the stick of that on that part. So that is a shame. But let's be real. We're not going into Rise of Skywalker going, oh my God, Rose. Oh, Rose. Oh, I mean, come on. It's like watching the prequel trilogy and going, oh, I need to know what happens to Chancellor Valorum. I need to know. Like, no, you don't. No, you don't. But anyway, back to The Last Jedi. The throne room scene is my favorite scene within the sequel trilogy. Here's why. This is the first time in live action that we have the dark side user and the light side user literally working in tandem. And I was thinking, oh my God, we're going for a balance kind of thing. We're going for a balance. Like, picture this, right? I've got Cobra Kai fans in the chat. Hey, we got a $5 donation. Cheers for that, pal. Really appreciate that. Picture this. The ending of Cobra Kai Season 3, right? Picture this. Johnny and Daniel team up at the end to fight Kreese. And then you think they're going to team up, like, for long term. And then they just still go their own way. Like, that's what the end of The Last Jedi felt. It felt like, oh my God, Rey and Kylo Ren, this is going to be sick. This is going to be cool. And then that leaves the door open for Finn to be a Jedi training under Luke. You know, he's got to get in this fight. And, you know, they're going to, you know, go and fight, you know, Finn and whoever. And it's like, no, they didn't do that either. Like, they just kind of like, they beat the Praetorian Guards. It's a cool fight scene. And then all of a sudden, you know, you just kind of like, visually, the fight scene looks sick. I'm not taking that away from it. But the scene just ends with, don't do this, Ben. Please don't go this way. That doesn't make any sense. The whole point of this movie has been building to this moment of Rey going with Ben. And I don't mean she's fully turned and whatever, but I feel like the direction that they were going, they should have absolutely, unequivocally had Rey go with Kylo Ren. Because then not only does that open the door for Finn to train with Luke, then you don't kill off Luke, Finn to train with Luke, but, you know, you have Rey and Ben go on, you pay that off, and then it ends like a second act. That's the problem. It ends like a second act. The Last Jedi doesn't end like a second act. It ends on hope and Broom Boy, and, like, it just feels strange. It's a strange feeling. For me, at least. It just feels very, very odd. Like, the Broom Boy scene is cool. Well, that's great. Save that for the third movie, you know, and pay that off. But I don't know. I feel like as a second act, The Last Jedi doesn't really work for me, you know, and I said there's reasons why that in theater and three-act plays, these things are told in the way they are. That's not my opinion. You know, these are measurable facts. You know, there's reasons for it. It's not just because of personal preference. It's because of objective, quantifiable evidence. And what you end up with is the sequel trilogy when you just have no plan. And I can stay... I'm good, Evan. How are you, bro? How are you, pal? I can say this, that yes, they should have had a plan. But again, even though there may not have been a plan, there was story notes left by JJ for the next person in. And Ryan just didn't do anything. He just kind of went his own way. And then JJ comes back in and he retcons everything that Ryan did. I mean, he doesn't retcon it. He does extend on some of it. But let's be real. A lot of the stuff that The Last Jedi set up, The Rise of Skywalker went nowhere with it. Nowhere with it. And I think at that point, it was clear to me that, yeah, we're going to get Rey and Ben fighting Palpatine at the end of this film. Ben's going to redeem. And there's going to be some sensational way he loses on the Death Star. And that's exactly what happened. That is exactly what happened. And, you know, I enjoyed The Rise of Skywalker. I really did. I feel like it was Star Wars to me. You know, it looked like a Star Wars movie. It felt like it. But when I look at Colin Trevorrow's version, I feel like the best ending to Star Wars was a hybrid, right, of Rise of Skywalker and Duel of the Fates. You mix those two stories together, you have the best ending for Star Wars right there. You mix them two, not the other one or the other. You mix them two ideas, you put them together, and then you get the good bookend to the saga. Coruscant. I mean, how great would it have been to go back to that? No, none of that. We went to another desert planet. Just desert planets everywhere, man. But I do feel like with the sequels, you know, I like them more than I dislike them. But unfortunately, it just felt like the sequels were made in response to just fan reactions. It was more like, okay, you don't like the prequels, here, have a New Hope Mark II. Okay, you don't like A New Hope Mark II. Have a completely avant-garde movie that just subverts expectations and your Snoke theory sucks. Right, okay, you don't want that. Okay, we're gonna give you everything then. We're gonna give you everything. Everything. We're gonna throw it all in there. Doesn't matter if it makes sense, just throw it all in there. And the fact that my boys Anakin and Obi-Wan were nowhere to be seen in this trilogy breaks my heart. And whether they were saving them for the Kenobi show or not, I don't know. I can only speculate, but I personally feel like they know they screwed up by not having Anakin and Obi-Wan within the sequels anywhere besides voices. That's why they're doing the Kenobi show. That's why they were like, right, okay, we got to give this the green light. We got to really. And then, because the demand for Anakin is so high and for Hayden to come back and reprise the role, that's why they said, right, Hayden, you're back in, you and Ewan, you're back together again. And that's the position that they're in at this moment. They're in this position of pleasing the fans and, fan appeasement. And while that's great, I feel like you do fall into a trap where you're not really telling a story. You're just focusing on fan fiction. And that can be a very slippery slope. That's Super League rubbish. I'm not a fan of any of that at all. But with regards to the sequels, I'll say one of my favorite things is Finn and Poe. I think John Boyega and Oscar Isaac have such a great chemistry. I think my favorite scene is when they're escaping from the Star Destroyer in Force Awakens. Where he's like, I'm breaking you up. Can you fly a TIE fighter? I can fly anything. And then they get out and it's like, I'm Poe, and I'm like, FN 2187. What? Huh? He's like, Finn, and then they name each other their friends. They're like, yeah. And then, it just takes a big nosedive from there on. But I feel like Finn and Poe were definitely a strong part of this trilogy that wasn't utilized enough. And I feel like in The Last Jedi, you could have had them going on like a buddy cop mission or something. I would have really enjoyed that more. And with the Rise of Skywalker, does it demean Anakin's sacrifice? Not necessarily, because Palpatine always said, the dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities. Now, and hearing that in the cinema, I had chills. But it does feel like if you're bringing Palpatine back, that breaks the Force. He's broken the balance of the Force. So therefore, the Force Ghost should say, hey, you shouldn't be doing that. We're coming out of this. We're breaking the rules now to take you down and send you back. And they kind of did, but I just feel like they didn't do it as well as they could have done. And I feel like the sequels for me, they aren't bad, they aren't good, they're just a missed opportunity. If you like the sequel trilogy, that's great. And I sincerely mean that. Don't let me or anyone else take that away from you. And if you're one of them arseholes that wants the sequel trilogy to be retconned, you're going to be waiting a while. It's never going to be retconned, ever, okay? Things like Days of Future Past retconned the X-Men films because they were quite clearly all over the gaff, and they really, really needed to erase that timeline. They really needed to start fresh. But as far as the sequels, hey guys in the chat, but as far as the sequels go, there is no way in hell that they are erasing the sequel trilogy. They are not erasing it. All these articles and all these scoops, they're not erasing it. And yeah, as Mohammed says here, I agree. In Dark Empire, it makes a little bit more sense in the Dark Empire story. And I feel like they really did a much better job of it. And I think part of the problem is Star Wars used to release every 3 years. So you had time to build up for the next one. But now you got them every 2 years, and then not only does that hinder the script writing process because you're thinking, oh my God, I need to find a way. I need to do this. I need to release this. And it felt like Mickey Mouse or Disney or whoever felt like, right, we've just bought the brand. Let's cash in. Episode 7, bang. Let's cash in on it. And it felt like, stop talking Cobra Kai. Onwards to 1K, man. And it felt like with the sequels, it felt like they were just going from one thing to the next. No plan, no structure, just a bit of that, a bit of that, a bit of that, and a bit of that. And it just, I don't know. It's just a big, giant missed opportunity to me. And it's just not right. But again, it is what it is. The sequel trilogy is done. The sequels are over. They are what they are. If you like them, then you like them. That's cool. If you don't, then hey, that's cool too. But they're going to be there. So regardless if you like them or not or whatever, unfortunately, I have to be real with you. The sequels are not going anywhere. Okay, they're not going anywhere. They're part of canon. That's it. And as I've said a plethora of times before, there's not your canon and then my canon. There's one canon only. So that's the way it is. I'm going to put the StreamYard link in the chat so we can get a couple of you guys in on here to give your opinions and give your thoughts. And then we can just, we can have civil debate. Let me grab my headphones. I'm interested to hear what some of you guys have to say. Now, you guys can ask me questions related to Cobra Kai and stuff, but with it being really like a Star Wars kind of stream, I kind of want to keep it specific to that, just to sort of stay on topic, just in case if there's any like newcomers to my channel that just want us to focus solely on Star Wars as a whole. So, okay, let's pass it into the chat. Let's see what we've got. Let me find my headphones up. All right, let me find my drink. One sec. Does it have to be about Jedi? Yeah, you can talk about this. Yeah, go for it. Okay, first things first. Let me just pause that. And I will say this, though, before I go any further. Ben Solo is the best thing about the sequels. The best. Okay? I'm just throwing that out there. If there's any reason to watch the sequels, it's for Ben Solo's development. One of the best in Star Wars. 100%, hands down. Never changed my mind on that. Okay. Let's get someone up on in here. Okay. Let's get you in, Lisa. There you go.
Hiya. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Fine, thank you. How's your day?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Pretty good. Pretty good. It was a sunny day today, so not bad.
Thanks for the major drivers.
What was that, sorry? I think cut out.
Thanks for the major drivers. I like the first one.
Ah, really? You like the first one?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, the original of 1977, isn't it? Yeah, that's the that's the one that started the whole thing. I think it's
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It is the best. It's because it started the whole thing in general, and I feel like every Star Wars film that's come along the way has tried to be that, but it just can't quite be it.
I can have to talk to you again.
Yeah, lovely to talk to you too again, Lisa. That original film is good. It is good.
It's very brilliant.
Change the whole of cinema. I mean, I could only imagine what it was like for audiences in 1977 to see that on screen for the first time. I bet it was a blast.
It was, yeah. Okay, there's something else. Come on.
No worries. Thank you. Thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, thank you.
May the force be with you.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay. All right. Next up, we got CHOZEN VADER owner. What's up, bro? Ooh,
Sup,
nice
bro?
display picture. That's fire.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Okay, so this is gonna change your mind on the Flash about Zoom. Godspeed has to be one of my favorites because there was a new set photo that there's multiple Godspeed. There's 7 Godspeeds on that.
Damn.
So it's gonna be hard for Barry to face them all. Like, oh my god.
Ooh. 7 Godspeeds.
Yeah,
Shit.
7. But
Man,
I do want
that's
to
pretty steep. You might need a team.
I'm gonna show you something real quick, okay?
Go.
All right, one sec. Let me turn my camera.
Oh, nice. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Oh, that's sick, man. That's sick. Representing Kylo. I've not got Kylo, but I've got the original Mighty Morphin Ranger.
Nice.
But yeah, Kylo Ren is regardless of how the sequels are, I'd say Kylo Ren is just hands down the best thing about it. The voice, the mask, Adam Driver's performance, and man, I really wish that they didn't kill him off.
Yeah. Anyways, see ya.
Cheers, man. Thanks for popping in.
No problem.
See you later, dude.
See you later.
Okay, let's add a boss. Let's go.
Hello.
Hello.
So a lot of people give me like things it's the crap about this, saying that Return of the Jedi is a B minus or a B plus. I have to disagree. I say it's an SSS tier. I love
Yeah.
that movie. It solidified. Before Disney came around. It solidified Luke becoming more badass and all this stuff. And also, my favorite part in that movie was like he was like slashed his arm off, and then they saw like he had the same robotics as him, and he's like, never, never, and he throws it away. And that was like awesome because I was really worried for a second. I was like, maybe Luke might actually,
I'll say this: Return of the Jedi has the best third act of any Star Wars movie for me. Like it's just the perfect finale. It's perfect. It's perfect. Luke and Vader, Palpatine, the Death Star, Han and Leia, Chewie. Amazing. The ending. Oh,
did you see the video of his Mark Hamill's perfect Yoda and Harrison Ford impression? You know, back in the day, whenever they had the Star Wars audiobooks, he would read the books, and he had a spot-on Harrison Ford impression and Yoda and everything. Like he got everyone 100%. And so that's all I have to say. If someone says Return of the Jedi is a B minus, I would be like, I'm grabbing my chuppel, my sandal, and coming after them.
Now Return of the Jedi is really slept on, man. It's really slept on. I think it's the Ewoks and the sort of the opening at the beginning. I think that really sort of drags it down for people.
No,
but it does have some of the best stuff.
Ewoks killing people because they have like spears and arrows.
Yeah, they're like a very tribal species.
And whenever you this an arrow if it stays in you and you don't pull it out, it won't heal. Like it won't heal. I learned that from Teen Wolf. So
as the stormtroopers found out.
So anyway, that's all I have to say. I hope you have a good day.
You too, man. You too. Okay, let's see who else I got down here in the chat. Okay, all right, bro. There you go.
Hi, Jacob. What's up, dude? So I just want to say, I have a few questions. I just want to tell you, if you didn't know yet, West Brom beat Chelsea. So yeah, I just wanted to tell you about that because you're a Chelsea fan. Yeah. So I also want to tell you that Man United are also in second place. And also, I can't take the piss. I'm sorry. Chelsea been doing good. They've been doing very good.
We are through to the final of the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So it's not all bad.
Yeah, I mean, it could be worse. But so I just have one thing to say. I think where the sequels went wrong, they had a very good foundation. And I was watching The Force Awakens like the other day, and I was like, damn, this could have really been one of the best movies from Star Wars. But like, and do you know where they fucked it up? Like, they fucked it when they didn't have Luke, Leia, Han, and Chewie all at once. I could have, if we had that, that would have just been the coolest thing because that was just before Carrie Fisher died, and like that just would have been so cool to have. But like, I just wish that they could have done that. Like, I'm never gonna forgive them for not doing that because they even had a Force Ghost like at the end of Return of the Jedi. So if they could have had all of them reunite, like that would have been just a lot. I
think
better.
where they really screwed themselves, and I think Cobra Kai's kind of set the standard for how it should be, is they kind of got this thing of, right, let's get the new characters in, kick out the old characters. But Cobra Kai is doing it where they bring in the new and they keep the old, like they blend them both together. Whereas the sequels kind of just took the old, start knocking them off one by one, and then just bring in the new. And it doesn't work.
It doesn't work like that at all. And
no.
The thing with Star Wars, it has such a delicate place in people's hearts. So it's something that you can't toy with, and if you are going to toy with it, at least experiment with. I'm sorry about that. you should at least have a good foundation, a good plan, and then no plan. And you probably know that. Did you see the interviews with Mark Hamill where he was saying like this is not Luke, this is not
like
the
Jake
Jedi.
Skywalker. Yeah.
Yeah, and like that was ridiculous. I was like, how are they gonna do my boy Luke like that? This man's came from being a legit farmer, playing with the dudes from Sheffield United, and he Jedi legend. And I just don't get how they can disrespect him like that. And also, like you say, Finn should have been a Jedi. Finn should have been a Jedi. Finn should have been a Jedi. And so you know like how when you're like using the Force, you have to do it like this. You have to like actually like grasp it like that. When Rey was doing, she would do it like this. She would do it like this. I'm like, what the hell is this? This is nothing. You need to do it like this. Actually grasp your hand. And she'd be doing this like half the time. She'd be doing like this, looking at Kylo. Like just moving rocks. I'm like, this is the whole point of being a Jedi. You have to actually sell it. You're not selling it, and it's not convincing. And Daisy Ridley is a fantastic actress, but she just doesn't fit a Jedi. I'm sorry. Like nothing about Rey is a Jedi, in my opinion. You need to earn it. Like she didn't even train. Like, do you remember when Luke was training for like the Death Star thing? He was training with the little Death Star thing. In
I agree, Chris. I agree.
Falcon.
I agree.
Like in the Millennium Falcon, he was doing it, and I just don't understand how they did that. Like,
I mean, there's a lot to like with the sequels, but it just feels like they missed the mark so much with so many of the characters. And with the time skip for Rise of Skywalker, all they had to do, and I don't think people would have really cared, is just make Finn train like as a Jedi from the off. Like just like it, at that point, you know, they brought back the Emperor for no reason, like out of nowhere. You may as well just have Finn start training. But
I mean, you might as well have just brought back Jar Jar. I mean, like
so, Jar Jar's revenge cameo.
Exactly. No, imagine Darth Jar Jar. There's like so many edits of him saying. There's so many. You probably know this, but like, there's so many people that say, we all know that Jar Jar is the real chosen one. Anakin's just a fake, and we know he's the real Sith Lord. And it's just funny because they really ruined it. And like I said, we just needed one moment of the whole gang back together. That would have been amazing. Just that would have been everything. Nostalgia. Like, would you have liked that, Jacob? If they,
I would have loved that. If, like, I mean, people keep classing it as fan service, but I don't agree with that. I feel like we have waited so long. I'll see you later, Chosen Vader owner. Take care. I feel like we wait so long, especially like the original fans of this franchise. You know, to see these characters back together, and it feels like the characters reunite only by two at a time. So like Luke and Leia, Han and Leia. Yeah. You know, there's no real acknowledgement from the one scene in The Last Jedi that was deleted that I absolutely loathe is Luke mourning the death of Han. And, you know, just seeing like Luke, there's a fan art, I think, just seeing Luke, Han, Chewie, Leia, Lando, R2 and 3PO together in the Falcon. All of them. It would have been amazing. It would have been a nice sort of...
And it really depresses me. Like it actually, and I actually didn't hate the sequels because like the action was actually, if anything, the sequels, the one thing the sequels had over everything else it was in the aspect in which it was better than everything else was the cinematic effects. Like they could have like rehashed a bunch of old things, and I was seeing the planet destroying weapon. And I was like, they could have used that so much better. Like they had way better technology. Like. And that was actually a really cool weapon. They could have used that so much better, but they had to be idiots with that. And my other problem was, why did Kylo Ren take off his mask so early? I'm like, the reason why Vader was so polarizing, we obviously know what happened to him, but the reason why he's such an iconic villain is because we didn't know what he looked like. And when he did, we just didn't want to see what he looked like because he was that ugly.
There was a story there of what's behind the mask, and then when you get to that point, and then you take the mask off, then there's a story there, and then you go to the prequels, and you're like, okay, that's how he got like that. Yes. And I felt like with him taking the mask off, I felt like that was done for no other reason than for Rey to go, oh, he's cute.
Yeah, and. Maybe it was used for emotional effect for Han, I think.
Yeah.
Probably.
I think for Han it works.
But they took it off before Han Solo, which is ridiculous. Like, I just didn't understand why they did that. And he had such a cool look to him. He could have really been like a Vader. And also, why did he waste so much time talking to Rey? I'm like, why would you talk to a Jedi? The reason why you wanted to be like Vader. Vader did not talk to his opponents. He would just get it done. He'd be like, don't talk to me. Shut up.
Yeah, he doesn't negotiate.
Yeah, he if you were talking over 2 minutes, bro, get yeeted. Get yeeted. And that's just an aspect of like you have to keep the whole balance. And like you were just saying, Palpatine can't just come back. Like this man's died from a Force lightning blast. You don't survive that. And how does Rey have Force lightning? And it just pisses me off because I just don't like Rey. I've never liked Rey. I really, really tried to like her. But yeah, like I don't want to be that guy, but like honestly, Rey was low-key a bitch for the first movie. She was actually like annoying. And
I kind of liked her in the first one. I think like I like her overall. I like her development, and she does go on an arc. I just feel like her character wasn't
worthy.
It wasn't gone. It didn't go the way I kind of would have preferred she goes. You know, with her calling herself a Skywalker symbolically, it's cool, but I'd much rather she kind of just embraced the fact that she was a nobody and she came from nothing. A bit like sort of like how Miguel in Cobra Kai comes from nothing and he makes himself something.
Yeah, and like if I just could have redid one thing, I would have made, and people are gonna be mad at me for this, but I'm saying low key, this really could. Imagine this. So in the second movie, they don't try to recreate the Hoth scene and just have a B-Tech Hoth. Like, imagine they set it up like, so once that planet destroying thing is done, they need to have like a real base, like kind of the way the Empire Strikes Back did. So they need to have like a base, but they're just cornered. They're cornered from every way out, and Rey has to be put to the test to actually use her skills to the test and see if she can actually do it. And she needs to barely make it out, and she needs to go to Luke, and she didn't need to get the hand the lightsaber to him immediately. She could have gone to him, and he could have been like a gatekeeper. You know, like how the Red Skull was like he was like a piece of the puzzle for the Infinity Stones. Like maybe he could have been a mentor for her. Like if she'd just done that character arc would have been a lot more easier to get behind, because we saw her just lose almost everything, and she's training with Luke just like Luke did with Yoda.
With Yoda, yeah.
And he trains, but she doesn't get overconfident. She doesn't try to attack Kylo Ren because she'll try to guide Finn in all those. She'll try to do all those things, like, and she'll eventually battle Kylo Ren and she'll lose, and she won't lose a hand, but she'll lose. So kind of like in Episode 5, but it's like helping Rey develop. That's what I'm saying. Like Rey she just seems hollow, if I'm being honest. And the fact that she can do has Force lightning, I just can't get behind that. I'm like,
yeah, I think that was just thrown in out of nowhere because they sat down thinking, right, they've complained that we've made her a nobody. Let's just make her a Palpatine. Okay, so how are we going to set this up within the same movie? I'll make her shoot lightning.
Yeah, like that's
just throw it around.
Yeah, you know, I understand your grandfather could do it, but that's not. I don't think that's how genetics work. Like
no,
and
talent without training is nothing.
Yeah, it was just stupid. Like honestly, and I didn't actually hate it. I actually liked Rise of Skywalker, but I'm like, I just if you were to ask me what happened in The Last Jedi, I actually couldn't tell you, like, because I just don't know why, but I just can't remember anything. Like
it feels inconsequential to the rest of it.
Yeah, like it doesn't deserve to be a Star Wars movie. Like there were so many scenes like in that where I just cringed, and like the comedy aspect of it, it's like and the nobody thing, that's what Luke had, and that's what made him so cool because he was a nobody. And obviously having a main, I just don't understand why they couldn't have brought Ahsoka back. I mean, could they have brought her back, you think? I mean, maybe have
her. I think this comes down to like them having a plan. You know, with the sequel trilogy, I had it pegged that it would have been the perfect time to bring Grand Admiral Thrawn into live action. I think he would have been the perfect villain for the sequels, but
Or
nowhere
maybe
to be
even,
seen.
or maybe they even could have had wait, what's Darth Maul's brother's name, or like
Savage.
yeah, Savage. Maybe they could have had him even come back. Maybe they could have had like
Yeah.
Kylo Ren like as like a final boss. Like he could have been like the stepping stone, like the final battle. Like but maybe they could have had Savage maybe, and he may be coming back, and he may have
Maybe.
been
I think he was,
find-
for all intents and purposes, I think he was probably killed quite
Yeah.
indefinitely. But I get what you're saying, though. I get what you're saying.
like, they could have
There's
just
so many
brought
other
back
ways.
characters. They
Yeah,
could have
and-
just brought back characters.
It just takes away from the meaning of other like you. I know JJ said that it was something poetic about having Palpatine face off against whoever, but you retroactively
Yeah.
start to demean, Anakin's arc. And I feel like the way you should have brought back Palpatine is have it be subtle. Don't have him actually come back. Have him be the reason
memory.
maybe to teach. Yeah, have him teach like Kylo Ren if you're going to make Kylo a villain. Like have him teach Kylo, right, this is how you can live on forever. This is the way. This is the secret. I found it out. And then you pay off that line from Revenge of the Sith, and then you don't demean Anakin's actual sacrifice.
And my only thing is like I just don't understand how they could. And the thing is, Palpatine was actually a great villain too. Like they just made this dude seem like he was terrible, and I'm like, you
He
can't.
killed
just do
himself
that.
by his own lightning.
I know. I'm like, that's just such.
I'm like, dude, turn it off.
Like yeah, I just don't get what they did. And this man's just sitting in a throne basically the whole movie. I'm like, he did that. He did do that realistically. He did do that
Yeah.
in all of this, in all of the
On all the movies, pretty
original
much,
films.
yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I just feel like it could have gone so
I
many
agree, Chris.
other ways.
Yeah,
And,
they could have gone so many different directions.
and I just don't think. And as I'm actually gonna speak on the point he said, Daisy Ridley, she probably is really nice in real life. I've seen so many interviews with her,
Oh, she's brilliant.
and she just doesn't fit the Jedi thing. Like she could have, but I just feel like for her, like she needs her parents to die in front of her. Like she needs like not
Well,
in front of her.
I kind of had it pegged that she would turn to, like, Rey would go to the dark side and Kylo would
Yeah.
have to be like the enemy to take her down, kind of thing.
Yeah, like I feel like she should have gone to the dark side because it actually she would have been an amazing like Sith. Like she would have been a great Sith. Like imagine like Finn does all that. And that's another thing I didn't get. Like it was so obvious that Finn and her were like from the way that Finn was acting around her, he clearly fancied her. And I don't get why.
Yeah.
He just didn't say, "Hey yo, you're paying. Hit me up." Like he should have just said that. Like that would have been the best thing.
That would have been something.
And I feel like they just have no attachment after that. After the first movie of the sequel, they have no attachment. Because that
It's just a mixed bag of stuff.
again, but they could rehash it. Like they most likely will. But I mean, they just need to go the Cobra Kai route. Like they have to do that because Star Wars is too. It's not like we just hate everything to do. That's not actually what happened. Like we see different perspectives, and like that's actually one of the best things about it because that's probably the best things about the sequels. Like they showed a different side of every story. So like that's one thing I like. And if they had done it right, it really could have been like just
Could have been something special.
yeah, it could have been something special. And I remember how gassed I was when I first saw the movie. Like, the first one in theaters, I was so happy to see it. And I was like, I've been preparing for this. I've been studying. I've been mastering the art of Jedi knowledge. And I can use it this test here. And when I saw it, I was like, I actually liked the first one, actually. So I was still confused, though, because I was like, I thought that they were going to bring back the old characters. And, like, when I didn't see that happen, I was really mad.
Yeah, I can imagine, bro.
What they should have done, they should have had Luke fight Palpatine one more time. And
Yeah, I mean, I think one thing they could have done to make it a little bit better was obviously with the untimely passing of Carrie. I think it should have been Leia that had some kind of hand in Palpatine's defeat. But
that could be interesting.
That could have been fire, because then the Last Jedi at that point, the Last Jedi isn't Rey, the Last Jedi is Leia, and then Rey is the beginning of something new. She's like Skywalker symbolically kind of thing.
Yeah,
and then Leia is the Last Jedi, and that pays that off.
And I just hated that. If there's one, the dude who's in he was like a fish dude. He had like the brown, like
Admiral Akbar.
Yeah, Admiral Akbar. Why wasn't he the general for when Leia got hurt? Like, this man had earned it. He needed to be there. Like, he was there for everything, and he deserved to be there. I saw a video about that. I was like, yo, he should have been there. Like, he was a real one. He's actually an underrated character, and he should have been there. Not whatever that woman's name is. I feel like that woman is just like all English teachers. Like, all English teachers have that color hair. They have blue hair, they have purple hair, trying to be edgy. Yeah. And I saw the movie, and I was like, why aren't you telling Poe the plan? Like, he's not being an asshole. You're being an asshole. Like, you think he's being sexist. You're actually being like sexist.
I feel like a lot of it was done probably just to wind the audience up, just to be surprising.
Just trying to be woke.
Even I think just trying to surprise people for the sake of surprising people. Hold on, they think we're going to do this, so we're just going to do this. It's
it's like, and the one scene that I actually love from Return.
I'll probably switch out someone in a minute, buddy, just to give someone a chance to go in.
Yeah, no problem. Actually, so I actually want to show you something. So I drew this recently. I did this. It's a drawing of Peyton. So I just did this today.
Looks good.
Yeah. So I worked on this all for 2 days straight, and I just tireless work. And also, this is a signed CD. Look.
From Taylor Swift.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
I had to pay I had to search for this, but yeah. I just want to show you that, but also I appreciate you for letting me talk again. And obviously if you're watching this and if you're not subscribed, what's wrong with you actually? Like, don't
damn
be
straight. We're on the road to 10K.
Right. Road to 10K. We need Chosen to make a gaming channel, and we want to see him rage more.
More rage compilations.
More rage compilations. But also, I just want to say that's all I had to say about the sequels. I could honestly go on all day about it, why they weren't good. But I just need to say this for all the people who don't believe us out there. Revenge of the Sith is the best Star Wars film. It's facts, honestly. Revenge of the Sith.
I concur.
Is the best film.
I agree. Speaking facts.
And on that, I'm out. Thanks.
Now that is a great note to end on, bro.
Thank you, Jacob. I'm gonna still be in the stream.
No worries,
okay,
man.
Bye.
See you, mate. Okay. Whoa. Always makes me jump when my face comes on the thing. Yeah, bring on the rage. Rage. Take care, Ali. Ben Skywalker is the true heir to the Skywalker legacy. I know people who work on the set of Cobra Kai Season 4, and these recent leaks are not only upsetting the actors, creators, and producers, but it's getting people fired. I know, Frank. Like, if you're one of these people that's leaking stuff, right? If you're going onto a movie set or a film set or a show set and you're leaking stuff, you're a fucking asshole. You're an actual asshole. Straight up. I know how you feel, Frank. It's not right. Like, could you imagine spending so much time on something and it's just leaked out, Like, and this is when it actually affects the quality of the show. Here, let me explain. No worries. Cheers, Ali. Thank you. When, for example, let's just say for an example, Miguel gets a lightsaber, right? You think while you're editing the show, how can we build up to this? How can we make this moment great? While you're in the editing room, you just sit there and go, what's the point? It's already been leaked out anyway. Like that's what it does. It ruins the creative process. I don't think a lot of people actually get that. Yeah. It's because YouTube incentivizes a lot of leaks and stuff. Yeah, I've tried my best to avoid spoilers from Cobra Kai and everything. That's why I don't talk about any leaks and stuff on the channel here. I'm gonna get. Well, who else have we got in here? Let me put the link back in the chat in case we got any new people that want to ask questions. Let me get RJ. I think I see you there, bro. And then I'll get Evan in afterwards. There you go, bro. What's up, RJ?
What's up, Chosen? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you?
You woke up and chose violence. That you fired up. Oh man. But yeah, I'm really glad you're doing this stream because I haven't out of all these years, I haven't gotten to talk to anyone about Star Wars like the recent trilogy. And I'm a newer Star Wars fan, but I know like, you know, the gist of it. Like I've loved the old movies. I'm even a fan of the prequels, and I know those get shit on a lot, but I think they're pretty good. I don't think they're perfect. They're not like as good as their original, but they're still good in my opinion. But one of the biggest problems that I have with the new trilogy is, let's start with this. The Force Awakens, in my opinion, is good. It's just a good, you know, movie that it feels, you know, you're seeing Star Wars in theaters for like the first time. Like that was me.
It's a
like,
solid return.
Yeah, it's a solid return. It's a solid return and a good nostalgia movie. But one of the biggest problems that I have with it is that they bring back old characters and don't finish their arcs, and it's not earned. Like Luke Skywalker is the biggest one to suffer because they bring him back, and at
Just
the
to kill him
end-
off.
just to kill him off. But at the end of The Force Awakens, you know, he's there and you're excited. And then you got to wait till like the next movie, like 2 years later to see him again. And he's a totally different person. He doesn't care. What killed me is when I'm in theaters watching The Last Jedi and Rey gives him the lightsaber and he just tosses that bitch. He just tosses that shit. He's like,
Yeah,
oh,
and
screw it.
it's crazy. There was such a change in his expression as well. At the end of The Force Awakens, right, the direction he gets from JJ as the camera's panning and it's building to that crescendo, he looks like he's on the verge of crying. Like, he looks really sad. And then you cut to The Last Jedi, that face is just, like, it's gone completely.
And I just feel like even Mark Hamill, you can look at interviews, and he was even saying, like, yo, I don't like this movie. I don't even like... I remember
it's like Jake Skywalker.
Yeah, like the whole movie, it's not Luke Skywalker. It's somebody else. Like, it's Mark Hamill on set of a movie. That's it. Like, it just really pissed me off what they did to Luke. Right? That's when I checked out. I was like, I went to go see it with like a group of people, and I was excited. I didn't even hear about the reviews. I didn't look at no reviews. And I was like, I came out of it like very disappointed. Like, what just happened? And then like the whole Rey, like it did, like the whole thing with Rey and Kylo, like it just Kylo, to me, I feel like they rushed his character development. Like they rushed his redemption arc in The Last Jedi. I feel like it should have been in a third movie. And then I don't think he should.
You make it mean more by paying it off in the third one, kind of thing.
Because like in
not killing him.
The Force Awakens, he was an evil bastard. Like he killed his own dad, and then like and then in The Last Jedi, he's just
he's too conflicted. Like that. This is why I said that The Last Jedi it's a good film, but as a second act, it just doesn't work. Like Kylo Ren is too conflicted, you know, to be as the big villain running the show, which is why I was so pissed off that they killed off Snoke. It's just like, now who's your villain?
Yeah, like how I feel about The Last Jedi, I feel like it's a good movie, but not a good Star Wars movie. Like,
perfect description.
Like when I say that, I mean like it doesn't have the general Star Wars gems, and it doesn't pay off characters. Like especially Luke's, like the ending when he just dies, like it's like, okay, I mean, we didn't wait this long just to see him die.
Yeah, just to see him killed
Just to
off.
see him
Yeah,
killed
yeah.
off. I mean, if you're gonna kill him off, can you at least give me 2 movies with him? Like, come on.
Yeah. At least have him going out with one blaze of glory kind of thing.
But like with the whole thing with Finn, I love Finn's character, but I just feel like he didn't get justice. I don't think he got the shine. I
And
felt
it's
like
heartbreaking watching
in
Force
John Boyega,
Awakens
he's
just
such
knowing
a
that he doesn't go
fantastic
there.
actor.
He really is.
Yeah,
He really is. He
John
brings such a
Boyega, he's such a
charisma.
fantastic actor, and so is Daisy Ridley. Like, she's great too, but I feel like her character, it was just forced. Like, I like her character, but the development was forced. But not to mention, you got other problems. Don't even get me started on the Palpatine stuff. Oh my God. When I watched that trailer, I said, you gotta be kidding me. Like, are you seriously doing this? Like, he died. This is another thing that Hollywood needs to stop doing, bringing back dead characters.
Yeah, it's enough now. And this is where it starts worrying me with Spider-Man No Way Home.
I talked to you about that too. Yep,
you did. You did. It's like, I mean, Alfred Molina's coming back. That's cool. We get to see Doc Ock again. That's great. But they said that it's specifically from that moment at the end of Spider-Man 2 when he sacrifices himself to drown the tritium and stuff. And I just feel like, I just don't know how I feel about that. Because you retroactively make stuff not feel as good by doing it. It's a really slippery slope.
Yeah, and the thing is with that, I hope to God that Alfred Molina is trolling and he's lying, but I don't know if he is, because the way he just came out, he basically just spoiled like a plot point in the movie.
Yeah,
I hope because he signed an NDA. I hope he was trolling. I really hope to God he is, because he basically spoiled like a part of the movie.
Yeah, a key plot point of it.
So on that point, I hope he's trolling. But if he's not, I'm really worried about this movie. And I don't want another. I already think that if Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are truly in this movie, I think it's overcrowded, because I wanted a grounded.
Feels like they're trying to do too much.
Yeah, and the thing is that people don't realize that they always blame like Kevin Feige and Disney. This is Sony. Sony is the one that won Iron Man in the first Spider-Man. Then they wanted Nick Fury in the second one. John Watts came out and said yesterday that he wanted to have Kraven in this movie. He wanted Kraven the Hunter. He didn't want, Maguire and Garfield and all that stuff that there are in the movie. But I just think that, they're doing too much. I still have faith in Kevin Feige. I have faith in him. It's a there's more. It's a collaborative effort. You got Sam Raimi.
Everyone,
it's everyone. So I'm still holding out hope. I'm not gonna say it's gonna be bad, but back to Star Wars. I just hated right when they released Palpatine in the end of the trailer. He's laughing. I was like, "You gotta be kidding me!" Like, they're actually doing this. Like, he doesn't even need to be in this movie.
It's quite a Hail Mary, that one.
Yeah, like, you bring him back. And I remember my friend, who's not even a Star Wars fan, he said he didn't like that movie because when I watched that movie, I just said, Disney, you have to do a redemption arc for Star Wars, like, for yourselves, because my personal opinion, I didn't need another trilogy of Star Wars. That's just me.
I felt like it ended perfectly.
I feel like it ended perfectly. I actually like, stuff that they're doing with the Mandalorian. Like, they need to do more stories like that, like the Mandalorian,
Kenobi show.
I can't wait for that. That's gonna be sick, and they're filming that right now. Oh my God, I cannot wait for that. And I just feel like, and every time I watch Cobra Kai, as much as I love Cobra Kai, I hate. Like, it's weird because you wanna know why I hate Cobra Kai? Because Star Wars cannot do it right like Cobra Kai. That's why it's so weird.
Yeah.
Because as much as I love Cobra Kai, I get pissed off watching it because you just think of Star Wars.
I wish Star Wars did this.
Like, I wish Star Wars did this. Like, come on. Like,
I mean, it was the predictable route, but I think it's the route they should have gone. You should have had Luke be a Grandmaster, Leia be on the Jedi Temple. She's now a Jedi. You have Finn and Rey be the two new students. You have Ben Solo be the the rogue anti-hero, redemption type. You have Snoke as the new villain. You maybe have one more villain character in there just to add to the fights and stuff. You keep Hux a solid general, and it's just like, the First Order and the Resistance. It's like, okay, cool, but it's just the Empire and Rebels again, isn't it? It's like, at least with the prequels, it's the Republic and droids. Like, it's something different, something fresh.
and also what I like about Cobra Kai is they introduce, my boy Miguel. He's a new character, and it's basically his story, but it's also Johnny's story as well.
Yeah.
And Daniel, he's kind of like that Luke Skywalker type character where his story is complete, but his story is
he's still
complete,
overseeing it.
But he's still overseeing it, and they do it so well. Like, they do it. They have 30-minute episodes and sometimes 40-minute episodes, but every character gets their shine.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Shows with an hour-long episodes can't even do that right.
Nope.
It's like amazing. Like, I feel like Cobra Kai doesn't even get enough credit, and I feel like Star Wars should have. They introduced it kind of like Cobra Kai season 1, where you have new characters, and then
that's
you
exactly
have the
what
old. They did it, but then they just took a complete 180 and said, "Nope, we're doing this."
Yeah, it's like, well, you think you're gonna do this, but we're just gonna do this now. It's like, there's got to be some kind of ebb and flow and continuity when people watch your part of the story.
And one of the biggest things that pissed me off was, why on God's name, why in the hell did they have Rey and Kylo kiss?
Oh man. I feel like with that one is like, I don't mind the kiss by itself in isolation. I just really wish that Rise of Skywalker, I think this is why the movie should have been 3 hours. I feel like it should have really fleshed that bond out between them a bit more, to make it feel a bit more earned, a bit more believable.
The movie's like short as hell too. I forgot. Yeah,
it was just like, it's like that how it should have ended thing where Mace Windu's like, I feel out of nowhere to anyone else. It's like, just a little, just a tad. They definitely had some kind of connection, but it was really.
It's like, I get they have a connection, but it's like they just forced the hell out of that kiss. So forced. It's like, my gosh, I can't watch this. Like, it just makes me sad. Like, why are you doing this? I'm not even gonna get into the Kathleen Kennedy stuff, because that's another big problem that Star Wars has. They have too many people behind the scenes. I feel like when you're doing
too many cooks,
like you got Kathleen Kennedy, too many cooks. Like you can't, you gotta keep it to a team. Like, that's why everybody and people are trying to replicate Kevin Feige and say that, oh, DC needs a Kevin Feige, Star Wars needs a Kevin Feige. Well, Kevin Feige is not the only one that does stuff at Marvel. He has a whole team, people. Like, he's got. The way an actor described it, I believe it was Tom Holland or RDJ. He said, if you go to like one of the Marvel Studios offices and Kevin Feige's there, he'll walk past it and peek in a room, and like it's like a writer's block, and they're writing this, they're writing that, they're writing Ant-Man 3, or they're writing Fantastic Four. Like, that's how good they have. He has a whole team, and that's what Star Wars need. They need people that understand
one clear vision,
Star
who
Wars
understand
galaxy.
the characters, they understand the story, understand the lore, understand the rules, and understand how they can take it forward in rich and organic ways. And what's great about Kevin Feige is he lets each director or whatever have their own creative spin on the story.
Yes.
But as long as they play within the rules of, right, okay, you can't do this. Like, for example, with Thor Ragnarok, which is the film that really sort of redefined Thor in a way, they still had it end into, Thanos' ship with the end credit scene, so the story still flows, but you had a different take on Thor, you had a rejuvenation, you had some new characters that were brought in. as long as you play within the rules, you can do whatever. But with Star Wars, it's just like, there was no rules. It was just like, okay, do this. Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do a bit of that. Why not? Ah, you can have a bit of that. And it just becomes a jumbled mess.
Oh, somebody in your chat, I believe his name is Chris. He asked, "What are your thoughts on Sony?" I'll tell you my thoughts on Sony. I can't stand Sony. They're horrible. I don't think they deserve to have Spider-Man. I think it's time for Disney to buy somebody needs to buy Sony, because I feel like Sony just gets in the way of, no matter who is in charge of making a Spider-Man movie, they get in the way. And they just say, here, this is cool, put him in a movie. Like, could you imagine if Tom Holland had to go back to Sony? They would put him in every Sony movie. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. I mean,
and I just
it's
feel like
one thing also with Sony, they need to stop
I feel like
messing with Spider-Man.
Yeah, and it's just so ridiculous. And with the whole Star Wars thing, I just feel like they need to focus on like shows, and because that's their strong point. I don't know if they're gonna make a future trilogy. I mean, they most likely are because it's money.
Yeah,
but I don't think it needs to be. Like, I know Patty Jenkins is doing that. I forgot what it's called.
Rogue Squadron, I think.
Rogue Squadron. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. And I think there's
Dunkirk
another movie coming out. Yeah, and I think there's another movie coming out with I think Taika Waititi's directing that film.
Yeah,
but
he's got his own.
I just want them to like really. When I tell you, when I went to go see The Last Jedi, I fell asleep. Like, I'm being serious, Jacob. I'm being serious. I couldn't. I don't know what it is. I think I was asleep for like a good 20 minutes.
Damn.
I don't know what it is about that movie. I can't watch that movie. No.
I'm sure the response is, you just don't
understand
understand it.
Yeah, like, that's what it was. Like, I'm like, okay. I watched it like 3 times. The second time I didn't fall asleep, but the third time we watched it with a friend of mine, and even he didn't like it. But we both were practically falling asleep because I don't know what it is. It just has like a Star Wars, it just has like a vibe where like it doesn't keep you like
there's
awake,
no
I should
oomph,
say.
it's just kind of like, come on.
Yeah, there's no, it just.
Because at least like with Attack of the Clones,
talking,
you soldier through it, but you know that you're going to get Yoda at the end whipping out the lightsaber, or in Phantom Menace you get Duel of the Fates. Like, there's no real oomph.
Yeah, it doesn't get like, I was like, I'm not even gonna, when it came, Finn's, I feel like what they should have done with Finn, they should have made, they could have took Finn in multiple directions that were good directions. Anything but what they did with him, because they put him, what I hate that they did was, they introduced him in The Force Awakens. He's good. Last Jedi, he has a Force love interest that just came out of nowhere. Like that kiss at the that kiss at the end. Where
I look how he responds to it. Even he's taken aback. He's like, what? It's just like, what?
Allie in the chat said, "RJ, you fancy Sam?" Yes, I do. Anyway, stop hating on Sam, Allie. Anyway, but I just, and then in the last movie, they put him. It didn't even feel like Finn was there.
No. And I don't know if they ended up cutting out of a lot of the scenes, but it just felt like he was just there to be there. And, it was cool that he was a general. He'd become a leader. But I feel like even if you give him, that melee weapon that Riot Trooper had and that he used against Phasma, even if you let him keep that, would have been something, because at least he has his own identity. Even if you're not going to give him a lightsaber, which is where they're clearly going with like the Lego Holiday Special. They were training him up or whatever. Even if you at least give him that, you give him his own unique ability. Like, he could be like a Chirrut type fighter, the dude from Rogue One, something like that, at least.
Yeah,
but no.
Yeah, and the thing is, I remember I remember my friend. He told me he was a big Star Wars fan, and he straight up told me that he's not going to see the last movie. Like he said he was not going to watch The Rise of Skywalker. He said I'm not watching it because of Palpatine. So he asked me what happens. I told him the entire plot and the entirety of what happens. He looked at me with a straight face and said, "Wow, what a terrible." He said, "I'm done." He checked out. He was like, "Wow, all that happened in that whole movie." The thing is, like, it's a short runtime, and they managed to just cram in a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, it feels like a whole
wow.
nother trilogy. Like,
And
it just feels
also
like
Isaac's character. Oscar Isaac's character. He I forgot his name, but they just I don't know what they were trying to do with his character, but he had so much potential, and they just like went
yeah,
away
they made
from it.
the
They went from
Latino
making
guy
him
a spice runner.
character. They made him and they made him a dude that went against women. Apparently, like that's what they wanted to make him. Like that's what I don't know what that scene was. I think Ali mentioned it earlier, like where he was like, it was a scene where he was talking to what's her? I forgot those characters'
Holdo.
names. I'm sorry, I have a distinct memory. Yeah, and she's like talking to him like he's on the edge or something like that. I'm like, what? He's just making a suggestion. Like, come on, look, what is this?
He's trying to gauge a plan. You know, you got your friends dying and everything here. A little bit of communication wouldn't go amiss.
Hold on. Ali in the chat. Hold on. I'm sorry. He just said, "Stop sipping for Sam." All right, people. I'm gonna hold on before I go, Chosen. I need to say this.
Have the floor.
I don't sip for Sam. Yes, I find her attractive, but here's why I defend her a lot. I've noticed this with a lot of Cobra Kai fans. Some of you guys are sexist as hell. Y'all get on Sam for like the littlest things, like with the whole breaking up with Miguel and stuff. Like, can we point out that Miguel was in the wrong? Yes, he was drunk. I get that. But let's also not forget that Daniel and Johnny their rivalry also played a part in them breaking up. Because when you got Johnny talking to Miguel and saying, "You got to watch out for the LaRussos, man, because they're bad people." And then you got Daniel telling Sam that Cobra Kai, like everybody in Cobra Kai is bad and all that crap. Yeah. Like that played a part. But also you got people that just get on Sam for especially on Reddit. My gosh. Like you got people that say that Sam is the cause for everything. As far as I'm concerned, Sam did not crash into Johnny's car. She wasn't driving, people. It was Yasmin.
Yeah, it was Yasmin.
If anything, Yasmin should apologize, Johnny. Not Sam. She was in the back. And also, why do
she was in the back minding her business?
But it's true though. She was in the back, like she didn't do anything. Yeah, she should have said something, but she didn't crash the car. Like it was Yasmin. Yasmin should apologize. But like I know that people like hate on Sam, but defend like as much as I love Miguel, y'all defend the hell out of him. Like, come on, you cannot lie and say that he did not play a part. Like he dated Tori right after he dated Sam, but we don't want to talk about that. I've seen people like say like they praise Miguel for like dating multiple girls, but they call Sam like a hoe or she jumps around. Even Daniel, he can't even be talking. He dated like 3 girls in the same year.
Yeah, that dude was a player, man.
Here we go with Face Cloudy. Here we go with Face. I love Face Cloudy. Me and him go at it in the chat. Oh my God. Simp. It's not a simp.
The term's so thrown around nowadays.
Even
it's like
Lisa
lost its
knows.
meaning.
Oh, it's like, how is it a simp? Yes, I find Sam very attractive. Okay, so what? But you gotta. But I just want people to realize that Cobra Kai is a show that's like about perspective. Like it's not black and white. Like
Yeah,
it's
there's a lot of
very.
gray.
I mean, you can have your opinions and all. Like it's a lot of gray area. Like you can have your opinions and all, but I just like. I think I was the only person that realized that, like, yeah, Sam and Miguel, they broke up in season 1 due to their both of them having problems and all. But you gotta admit, Johnny and Daniel played a part in that, like feeding information to them and crap, and giving them a perspective. Like Johnny gave Miguel his perspective of Daniel and the LaRusso family. So it's like it's a lot of, you know, a lot of gray. It's not black and white. Same thing with Robbie. You know, Robbie is not a bad character. And I've already told you, I used to not like Robbie, but like after a while, he came around. Like he's not a bad character. You understand why he went to Kreese. Like, do I think that everybody betrayed him? No, but I understand why he went to Kreese because he feels like everybody
Feels isolated. Pretty
he's
much.
never had that father. Yeah, he's never had that that father figure, and you know, it just it really is sad because like Robbie, I understand what he feels like, not with the father figure, but like I understand what it feels like to be abandoned and lonely. Like you feel like that. And even though he didn't apologize to Miguel, he did feel sorry. He did feel sorry. He does like ask Daniel, people don't point this out enough, but he does.
Yeah, that's why I did a
ask,
video covering that scene. You know, he's like, you know, he takes responsibility. He's like, I'm the one who kicked him.
Like I feel like if Robbie didn't see Miguel with Sam in that episode, what was it, episode 8? I feel like he would have apologized to Miguel. Like eventually, he probably would have had a conversation. That's the thing about Miguel and Robbie; they need to have like a whole.
They just need to have an actual conversation.
Like, they haven't even.
That's all they need.
Yeah, like it's so funny. Like
that's why I say with their like supposed rivalry,
like,
it really doesn't feel like it because they don't really interact much. You know, they really have like 1 minute of dialogue and that's it.
I feel like Miguel mostly he doesn't even hate Robbie. He just doesn't like Kyler. His rivalry is more so with Kyler. They made that pretty evident in season 3.
That was
like,
because
Miguel he doesn't hold any like grudges against Robbie. It's really Robbie that holds the grudges, but you can't really blame him because all his life is one big grudge. So you can't really like he holds a grudge against his father. So on top of that, you know, he holds a grudge against everybody else. So it's like Robbie is gonna learn, I think eventually his redemption arc. I think it'll be in season 5, like towards season 5. I think he's gonna be in Cobra Kai for a while. I don't think that he's gonna just come back around in the end of season 4 because I think it'll be kind of cheapened because that scene that you the emotional scene where he's fighting Johnny, one of my favorite scenes in season 3. That scene right there shows me that Robbie is gonna, and you know what's gonna piss a lot of people off? You're gonna have a lot of scenes where Kreese and Robbie are like having like a they're gonna have like a father-son dynamic. It's happening. It's coming. So
for sure.
People better get ready for that.
That's gonna feed into Kreese's like long-term arc for the show.
Yeah, and I actually feel like, you know, going back to the scene where Kreese was talking to Johnny in the bar, and he's saying, you know, he wasn't talking about Miguel. He was talking about Robbie. See, Kreese is smart on this. He knew that he couldn't brainwash Miguel. He knew Miguel was seeing right through his bullshit.
Yeah.
Miguel was too loyal. He knew that Miguel was too smart. He could get to Tori and Hawk. He could get to them
straight away in season 2.
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like with Silver coming into the mix, oh my gosh, like it's gonna be like
Robbie's gonna be the most ruthless fighter in that dojo.
But it's gonna be I think he's gonna be there's gonna be scenes where like he's gonna want nothing to do with Johnny and Daniel, but I feel like they're gonna still try to get him out of Cobra Kai.
They'll try and reach out to him.
They'll try and reach out to him, but I do not think it's gonna work. But I remember I mentioned this to you. I feel like Carmen is going to redeem Robbie. I really do. It's either going to be Carmen or Miguel. I think it'll be more impactful if it's Miguel, because I think writing wise and story wise, I think it's too obvious to make it be Johnny and Daniel. I think that's just too obvious.
Too convenient. Yeah.
I really would like it. I really would like it for it to be Miguel because it can build up the team up between them, between the two, and I feel like
love that.
It'll be more impactful because I don't know how they would write it. It'll just be really good to see like Miguel and Robbie like have a conversation, like let's say like in season like a scene in season 4, like Miguel's like walking somewhere, like he's in public, and then he runs into Robbie, and he's talking to him, and he's like telling him like listen, like dude, I don't want to fight, but like you gotta get it. Like he's just trying to tell him like you don't want to be with Kreese and all that stuff.
Yeah, you got to get out of there.
Because he's gonna lead them down the wrong path, and I feel like what I want to see in season 4. I want to see character interactions that we haven't seen before, like Tori meets Daniel, Johnny meets Terry, Terry meets Miguel.
Oh, that's gonna be my favorite one. I think.
Love to see conversation.
I think Silver just getting in like Daniel's head. He's like, hey Danny boy, and Johnny just looks at him. He's like, well, you're scared of this nerd, Daniel? Stupid ponytail.
He's like, who the hell are you?
Yeah, he's gonna see through it, and he's just gonna see through the Silver facade, and he's just gonna be like, hey, yeah.
I cannot wait to see.
Silver and Johnny, man.
Silver and Johnny interact because it's gonna be so funny. I can just see Johnny saying like, "Who the hell are you?"
Silver can't manipulate him the same way he did Daniel. Johnny will just be like, "Who the hell are you? Go away. Who are you?
Like, go away." But like, that's gonna be so good. And I would love to see like, let's say like Amanda and Daniel go out on a date or something, and then Tori's like, "No way!" Oh my god, that'd be awkward as hell. Like I could imagine.
So you're the one that put my door in hospital.
I don't know what Daniel would do, but I feel like Daniel is he's becoming more like Miyagi as the seasons progress. Yeah. Because season 1 Daniel, let's be honest, season 1 Daniel was an asshole. Like come on.
He was a jerk.
Kind of an asshole. Like, he was a jerk, but he's becoming progressively like Miyagi. Yeah. It's weird for me to say that because I feel like Miguel. But I feel like Miguel is more like Miyagi than anybody in the whole Miyagi verse. I feel like he's second to Miyagi when it comes to mentality wise, not like fighting wise, but mentality wise. Like Miguel, he's shown like balanced. Forgiveness. Like he's perfectly balanced. Like especially with the symbolism in the show, like him in the middle and stuff like that, and like even his attire. One thing that I look at with shows like this, I look at the clothing of the characters and how they and the visual and all that stuff. Like Miguel, his clothing has changed. He dresses like Goku. Like he's basically Goku of the series. Like he basically dresses like Goku. Like when he's fighting Robbie in season 2, he's wearing orange. Like he doesn't.
See his like bright orange shirt in the house as well.
Yeah. He's wearing a bright orange shirt.
Robbie's 100% Vegeta.
Oh, Robbie is 100% Vegeta, and and his arc is changed. Like the funny thing is about Robbie, his clothing would be like it'll be a mixture of dark but like light, like
gray.
Like it's teasing you. Like it's in that area. And like Hawk, he was straight up like just red, bro. He was just
straight up red.
Red Hawk face,
red shirt, red everything, Red Hawk.
I just noticed that like season 2 where he's fighting Hawk, Miguel is wearing a jacket, like a black jacket, kind of like his dark phase. It's showing you that it was kind of showing you that Miguel is dark.
Transitioning.
Yeah, he can be dark, but he's not gonna be fully dark. Like that's what I liked about it. And like it transitions.
He'll use the darkness, but he'll never become it.
Yeah, he'll use it. Yeah. And that's why he always wears like that orange and all that stuff. And I just love it.
I mean, hell, even in the finale of season 3, you had all the every single Miyagi-Do student was wearing light colored clothing, and every Eagle Fang student was wearing dark and or red colored type clothing. So the person that they were standing next to was like light and dark, yin and yang.
Especially with Tori, she just went full on I'm
Sure,
really
so it's
excited to see what her like. I can predict every other character's where their character what their
I
end
have no
game
idea
is.
where they're going to go with
Tori,
her.
I don't know. Like I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. One thing I don't want the show to do is redeem every villain. Like I don't
No.
want them to redeem Kreese. Don't redeem Kreese. Don't
Mm.
redeem Silver. And I would be okay if you don't redeem Tori. Like you can keep her
Yeah,
evil
I
like,
feel
all
like
you
she's
want
gonna
to. I don't
she's
care.
gonna be the
Like,
one that gets the bittersweet ending, where you know how like the quote unquote villains in the Karate Kid trilogy would end off, you know, where they'd lose and they just go off into the ether. I feel like that's where she's
Yeah.
gonna end up, and then if they continue the story down the road, then we'll catch up with her and see
Yeah.
what she's up to, kind of thing. But I think they'll leave it very bittersweet for her.
do you think Kreese will die by the end of the show? Like the whole
I feel like you could. The only way you can get out of Kreese's death is, and I mean, I wouldn't
Yeah.
really cut him off just because, you know, he's such a great villain, but you know, with the way the show's going,
Yeah,
I feel
he's
like
so good.
it's tough. Like if he does have any kind of a redemption, like saving Johnny or whatever, then he will. And I often don't like this because it's usually I find a waste of characters. But in the context of Kreese, he will die with that redemption. But if he doesn't redeem, then he's gonna die like a soldier's death. Like he'll die going out as a soldier, and it will be like a really sort of tragic, you know, like sort of Five's death in Clone Wars, Killmonger's death in Black Panther, sort of like that. A very similar kind of thing where he just dies with his mission, you know, and that's it. He'll go out as a soldier.
Yeah. I just feel like if anything, I do think Kreese will die, but it's how he dies and like because if it's straight up like Johnny kills him, they can't just walk over that and have it be over. They're gonna have to like say, okay,
I feel address it.
like they're gonna have to be like, okay, the law's gonna have to get involved, and then like, you know, it's not gonna be like just like that if he dies. However, I do not think I don't think Silver is gonna die. I don't think he's gonna die because I feel like there's no Cobra Kai without Kreese. If you end the Kreese, you kind of win. I feel like Silver can, but I don't think he can do it without Kreese. I don't think he can run Cobra Kai without Kreese. I mean, maybe he could. I mean, who knows?
I wouldn't like it as much. I like them as a package deal.
One thing about leaks, and we both hate leaks. I am so glad that nobody has leaked Thomas Ian Griffin's look as Terry Silver.
Oh,
I want to wait. Thank you, God. Like if that was leaked, I would have been pissed.
Oh, I would have been hella pissed.
Like I hope they take like the It approach with when they were filming It. They kept Bill Skarsgård away from the kids until he put on the costume, and that's when it was like his first day on set. I hope they do that where like nobody sees Thomas Ian Griffin until his first day on set working. That's what I hope they did because I don't want to. Even when the trailer comes out, they don't even show him in the trailer. I mean, you can't care.
Don't even show him.
But
there's a way you can do it.
But
you can have Kreese walk back into the dojo. You can have Silver sat there at the desk with just a cigarette or a cigar and just a silhouette. And that's it.
Yep.
You cut to black. That's it.
Yeah.
I like how they did it with CHOZEN. Sort
with
of like
trailer,
a quick flash.
You could do it. Yeah, go ahead. My bad. Hello?
Oh, carry on, buddy.
No, I was saying they could do it like that, or they could do it where like let's say like they're playing like a little clip, like a voiceover of him seeing Daniel for the first time, and he says hello, Daniel. Like, oh my God, I would blow up. You could just do that. And
I think me and MMA King was saying like, you know, it could be a complete inverse. If you know in Karate Kid 3 how Daniel goes to Silver and says, look, you know, I'm done now. I don't want to do any more of this. And then Kreese just jumps out behind the cardboard. Like it could be a very, you know, convenient way. But maybe Silver jumps out and he's like, hey, Danny boy. It's like a really horror movie kind of situation.
You know how they showed in the trailer where like Daniel he sees Chosen for the first time and show Chosen? Don't do that, but at the end, the very end of the trailer, it shows what like a voiceover of Silver. You don't show Silver at all, but it shows Daniel's reaction to seeing Silver, and that's it. Cuts the black, says season 4 coming whatever, December 19th or whatever, January.
That's all I need.
Whatever.
I'm right
do
there.
that. Just do that. That's all I need. I will get instant chills. Like, bro, when he first appears, I don't know what episode he's gonna appear. I think he's gonna appear in episode 3.
Yeah.
Maybe not episode 1, but episode 3. When he first appears, I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it. Yeah.
I'll lose it, man. It's gonna be so great.
I can't wait for season 4.
It's gonna be good.
But yeah, man. I know you got a lot of people waiting in the waiting room. So thank you for letting me.
Great to have you in, man.
Thank
I
you
suppose it was
for
quite therapeutic for you to
learn about Star
have
Wars.
Your say.
Talk about leaks.
Oh yeah, good old leaks.
Yeah, like I haven't really like talked. I don't get all my friends. I don't get to talk to them about movies and stuff like because they're not really into that. So yeah, your channel is kind of like my
space.
Yes, and I appreciate you for doing that. But yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome.
I'm about to get on Allie and FaZe for hating on Sam. Hold on. All right, I'll see you later. I'm gonna stay in the chat. All right.
Cheers, RJ.
All right, see you, Chosen.
Sweet, bro.
All right, see
you later, bro. Okay. All right. I'm gonna be right back, guys. Just hang on 1 second. I just need to quickly check something, and then I'm gonna add Evan in next. Yeah. All right. 1 sec, guys. Be right back. Bloody leaks. Cue the door creak. Kitty, right, move your tail out of the way, cat. Right, we're back to it, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get someone else up on in here. We're going to get Evan on in here next. Whew. The banter between Sam continues in the chat down below. Let's everyone leave Sam alone. Okay, let's get my boy Evan in. Evan, what's up,
Chosen.
dude?
You alright?
I'm good, man. How are you?
Depressed, just really in terms of the Super League or whatever they want to call it.
Yeah, what's going on with all that? Like, I loaded up Twitter and I just saw a shit show.
Oh, I don't know. So, 12 clubs have signed up to it, and then so basically every club that signed up to it is kicked out the leagues immediately. So Chelsea are out of the Premier League and the FA Cup and everything, so they're all out.
Oh my god!
And so if they want to be back in the leagues, you have to go back to National League. Like that's the rule, as far as we know. You have to start all over again from the National League.
Fucking hell! How many teams is it?
It's 12 teams at the moment, but they're trying to get 16, as far as I know.
Jesus Christ!
So Bayern Munich, Barca, all of them will be down to the 5th tier, wherever it is in the football pyramid of leagues.
Oh god, they got to be high on drugs or something. Jesus Christ!
Yeah, and then all players can't play for the national teams, and then it's just
wow.
It's just.
I didn't realize it was like that bad. Jesus.
Well, yeah, because it's UEFA didn't want it in the first place. It's sort of been done behind UEFA's back, and they've sort of wanted it to stop. Yeah, it's just done. Football's over. I think generally.
Oh my god, that's insane. I'm just loading up Twitter now. I think it's oh my god, nothing decided yet, but meeting in a few hours.
Yeah, that's the thing. Man City. I think Man City are the main causes of this. To be generally honest, Man City and Man United, because they're the oil money clubs. They're the ones that only care about the money, don't care about the clubs or anything. The owners just want the money. At the end of the day,
Jesus Christ! I heard about the Super League stuff before, but they're actually going through with this crap.
Yeah. So Leicester will automatically win the FA Cup, and PSG win the Champions League because they're not in the Super League.
Oh, fucking hell!
It's just, and then at the moment they're going to end the Premier League immediately. It's like the whole league's cancelled. So Leicester, West Ham, Everton, and Leeds get Champions League.
Jesus Christ!
But UEFA want to fine the clubs. Literally, they want to fine the clubs so they're busted. I read.
Oh my goodness! This is just not right. And this is depressing as hell.
Yeah, They want to. UEFA want to fine each club 60 billion apparently for this, and want to destroy the teams that agree to it. But it's just depressing. It really is so sad. Like, there's no fan. What's going to happen with fans? I mean, how are fans going to react to this? Are they going to change clubs? Are they going to want to go to games anymore?
This just changes everything, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a QPR supporter. We're in the Championship. It doesn't affect us in terms of.
Yeah, of course.
But like Chelsea fans, I mean, why would they want to support Leeds or West Ham though? Why would they? What do you do after this? That's the thing.
Oh my goodness. AC Milan, Arsenal, Atletico, Chelsea, Barcelona, Juventus, Liverpool, City, United, Real Madrid, and Tottenham.
Yeah, I mean, look at England for the World Cup. We're going to be without Kay. We're going to be without all of them. That's the thing. The World Cup, the Euros, the Champions League, it's all done, I think.
That's it. Football's fucked.
Yeah, generally. It's just, how can they go ahead with this? I mean, they've probably not even thought this through. This is probably done within an hour. They've phoned up the clubs and they've got it done.
They haven't given it any long-term thought. They haven't given it any, consideration. They just thought, let's just do a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Apparently the owners get 425 million each for accepting the invite.
Jesus.
That's just a load, net alone the money they get. I don't know if it's just absolutely outrageous. How can they go ahead with this? I don't know.
This is gonna fuck up the game completely.
Yeah. I mean, think about the future. I mean, it's going to do well for teams that are going to get in the Champions League that don't get in. I mean, congrats to them for getting in. Obviously, they deserve it. But Chelsea, United, Arsenal, Tottenham, they're all buggered.
Oh my goodness me. Wow.
I mean, it's even saying that they could UEFA have the power to remove them as clubs permanently.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
this is just ridiculous. My goodness me.
Well, let's just hope that UEFA sort this out and just.
Yeah, I hope they sort this shit out. They could ban every player and every club involved.
I mean,
jeez.
Haaland. I mean, thank God that Dortmund and PSG aren't in this, because Haaland and Mbappe have a future, and hopefully they don't get ruined by this. But it's really bad. But yeah, well, I just want to say that RJ is a legend. I do love RJ. He's just a legend. And what I wanted to say though with Terry Silver is that with how they present him in the trailers, I want them to do it how they did with CHOZEN. So a quick scene with him saying something in within a few scenes of him with Crease or with someone. That'll be enough.
That'll be enough. Man, thank God we've got like something fun to talk about with the state of the game being the way it is now. Oh man. I hope they overturn this decision completely.
Oh, they've got to. They can't carry on like this.
No.
I mean, imagine football without all these clubs. I mean, that will just be nothing, honestly.
Some of the
laughing of Arsenal every week. Yeah. And then Tottenham just bottling it every year, and it's just not going to be the same.
Yeah. It's just going to ruin the game entirely. Oh man, I need to see what Mark Goldbridge or any of them guys are saying.
Oh, he was really pissed off. I was watching his stream earlier. He was really pissed off about it. He said that he'll go back. I don't know what it was. He said he'll turn his back on football or something. I can't quite quote what he said, but whatever he said, it was quite funny. I do remember it.
You just think with the amount of dedication and love and passion that fans have, and that owners and stadiums have for the game, you'd think that we'd get a little bit more respect and a little bit more appreciation by these big money launderers.
Yeah, I mean, think about all these lower clubs, like all the League Two clubs. What does the future hold for them? Are they going to be gone in 2 or 3 years as well?
Yeah, it's just going to be a case of
anything.
Do they pick and choose kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, all these clubs going out, do they give the money from the bigger clubs to the smaller clubs? Is that a thing they could do, or like fund the smaller clubs? Really don't know.
Bray Wanderers says we wish to confirm that we will not be taking part in any
sad day.
Super League.
Pardon?
Bray Wanderers, the football team, say they're not going to be taking part.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
It's just sad for all these people that, I mean, imagine all the elderly, like they've been watching football for 90 years and etc. How they're going to be absolutely gutted that they can't watch out the rest of their lives with the football that they used to watch.
Oh my God, the new Premier League Big Six. There you go. It's Newcastle.
Oh my God. Newcastle don't challenge. West Ham, they're having one good season. Villa, inconsistent. I mean, Everton and Leeds, I can see being up there, but I mean, thank God Celtic and Rangers aren't in this as well, to be honest. I think I think we've come out lucky there, to be honest, with no Celtic or Rangers being in this.
Man, the Super League. So is it a Super League like those 12 teams just playing against each other like a standard league?
Well, no one actually knows what it's about. As far as we know, it's just a league. I mean, they want Dortmund, Leipzig and Munich to do it, apparently. And they want a couple other teams. I mean, Porto apparently as well. So, who knows what's going to happen. But,
this is going to fuck up the game, man.
Yeah.
Man, they better overturn this decision.
Well, let's just hope that UEFA get their fingers out their asses and just scrap this and just do whatever they can to stop it.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Facts.
It's not even in their hands, I don't think. I think it's down to each individual player at those clubs to say, I don't want in this, I'm out. And then as soon as they leave, that's the thing.
Yeah. So, power and numbers kind of thing.
Yeah. Right, I'm going to go because I have school. But thanks for letting me on, CHOZEN. Quality streams as always.
Oh, thank you again for the compilation, bro. I watched it again the other day. It's hilarious.
No worries. I did enjoy making it. It was quite funny.
I love when I was like, cue the Darth Vader, no, and then you hit the Vader music at that specific moment. Oh, it was brilliant.
Yeah, that was the best bit. Yeah. So I've done the quiz as well. That's all done. So hopefully we'll get that done soon as well.
All right, we'll sort that. But yeah, good luck at school, man. Hopefully this shit's resolved.
Yeah, all right, thanks. See you later.
See you later, bro.
See you later, man.
Whoa.
Okay, so Jacob, I just have one thing to tell you. So I made this for you. Look.
Oh, that was loud.
So this is a logo that I was thinking of making. So I've told you I want to make one. So I want to have kind of the little zap, the little kind of zap things around it, and I do the little double sort of sabers there too.
Oh, that looks sick, man.
Yeah, so I may make it. I may do it. So if I make it, do you think you'd want to use it?
I think so. I mean, cheers, Evan. Take care, pal.
Yeah, and also, I didn't.
One thing I could do, maybe down the line.
Yeah. So one thing I didn't know about the Super League. So oh my God, though. What?
It's gonna fuck up football completely.
I know. Imagine all the kids who just want to make it professional. And imagine, like you said, all those elders who root these teams their whole life. Oh my God. Imagine just, it would just be this endless cycle. Wait, I gotta do Okay, I'm back. So imagine it's just going to be a terrible cycle. So for one, you're going to be promoted to the Premier League. You're going to have to sign this stupid deal eventually, and then you're going to go back down. Have to do all that just for a paycheck. Like, no one will want to go to these clubs. And yeah, like, the sad thing is, I can actually see it happening too, which is the saddest thing. But I mean, I don't know why Arsenal are in it though. I mean, what does Arsenal think they're going to do? They're a 10th place team right now, so like that just makes no sense. But yeah, I hope they don't do that. If they do that, it's done. Like,
It's just a giant shit show.
I know, like, and it just doesn't make sense. But I didn't want to talk about that. I want to talk about RJ. So RJ, he was dissing me, and I'm gonna accept this because I had to accept it. But if you can't just say that Sam is fine, she's not fine. Like, I'll admit when Miguel is wrong because Miguel, I'm not gonna be one of those dudes who just rallies behind him. Like Miguel was wrong. No, like. Oh, really, RJ? Really, RJ? What do you mean this man's Ollie? No, I'm being serious. Sam legit was crying. She was crying. The whole reason why Dimitri got his arm broken because Sam said she went to fight. And what did she do? She pushed it down, and then he got his arm broken because of her. It's legit her fault that he got his arm broken. She said she could handle it. She couldn't handle it. Like, and she was watching him get his arm broken. So. For one, that's number one. Number two, everything is legit her fault. Like, she didn't respect Miguel enough to, like, if she really liked Miguel, which she claims she loved.
Technical difficulties. What's going on here? Hang on, what's up? Hey, Chillwell season. There you go. I'm probably going to end up rounding that off soon. Ali, it's kind of all like glitched out at the moment, bro. Yours is kind of cut off the thing. Okay, let's get Lisa back on in there. Hey, Lisa.
Well, do you think would that do time to win the Old Valley?
Who do I think will win the Old Valley, sorry?
What do you think, yeah?
It's tough to say. I mean, the Old Valley's in such an interesting position now where there's so many different fighters that anyone has a really good chance of winning it. So it's tough. It is tough. It is tough, but man, yeah, I didn't want to hear that BS.
It's all hard to sort it.
Who do you think's gonna win it?
I think it might be Robbie.
Yeah, I'd say Robbie's probably the one that I agree with the most. I think Robbie's just for the show to continue on kind of sake.
Exactly. Love to speak to you again.
Thank you. I
love you doing this. Thank you. For more files. Okay. For more files in the chat.
It's nice. It's it allows you guys to sort of have your piece and have your say, and it gives everyone a chance to sort of share their opinions and all that kind of stuff, regardless of how fun it ends up being in the chat.
Okay. Love to speak to you again.
And I'll see you. Thanks, Lisa. Take care.
Okay.
Okay, we got Abbas in here, and I'm probably going to round up soon, guys, because kind of sleepy. Go ahead, buddy.
Hello. So anyway, I was thinking, you know how people are saying Hawk's getting jumped and whatever, or whatever. Well, he gets jumped, then he gets pissed, walks over to Cobra Kai, walks over to Cobra Kai with Johnny, sees Silver, and you know what? He doesn't give a damn about the deal anymore and starts beating the crap out of him, and makes Hawks attacking Brooks look like a picnic.
Well, Daniel just goes over there and lets loose.
Yeah, and also I was thinking about a callback scene. Dimitri and Bert are fighting in the playground. You know that Miguel, Sam, and Hawk are talking, and then he like drops Tickle like drop Hawk did with Bert, and he just walks over and talks with them. That'd be a funny callback. Don't you agree? And
Yeah, that would be an interesting callback.
You have to watch My Cousin Vinny. My God, it's another one of Ralph's movies that everybody talks about again. Like
My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah. It's on Prime Video, hour and 59 minutes, and it's one of those movies you're gonna miss dinner for. That's how good it is.
I might have to check it out. I might do it as
hilarious. You know the guy with the silver gold tooth from Home Alone? He's in it.
Oh, Joe Pesci.
Yeah, he's the lawyer that Ralph hires. Hilarious.
I'm more inclined to check that out now, man. I might have to watch that tomorrow, maybe.
And Ralph has a full-on mustache in that movie. Man, he looks nice with that mustache. Okay, so that's all I have to say. I hope you have a good day. And stop eating in front of me. Gosh, dang it.
Sorry.
It's okay. Well, have a good day, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful night's sleep.
Shall do. Thanks for popping in, man. Okay. You know, it always jars me when the camera does that thing. Okay. Right. What else have we got in here? Oh, hello. Sup, bro? How you doing, MMA King?
Hey, what's going on, Chosen?
I'm good, man. How are you?
You hear me? I'm doing good,
yeah,
brother.
I can hear you.
Hey, I just want to let you guys know that if Sam kept on training, she'll be the GOAT of Cobra Kai. That's just my straight up opinion. If she just kept on training, she will be the GOAT of Cobra Kai.
Well, as you said, in it, with when she was in front of Kyler in the cafeteria, that he was going to be beating the hell out of.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, if Sam Russo would have kept on trading, Tori would not be able to touch that chick, bro. Like, she'll learn, like, Tori is a garbage character. I'm going to tell you guys right now. She is garbage. She had to use weapons, and she still lost, bro.
Yeah, she knocked the Miyagi frame on the floor, man. At that point, I was like, right, this girl needs to get waxed. Knock Mr. Miyagi on the floor. How dare you?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. I'm like, listen, for all the Tory fans on here, your girl is overrated. She has to cheat just to win, and she still loses. Like, she got her ass knocked off some damn stairs, bounced up, and popped right back up. So
she still loses, even though she cheats.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, man. And I think earlier I heard somebody about Star Wars and Finn. Am I right? You guys were talking about Finn.
Mm-hmm.
This is my assessment on the whole entire Star Wars franchise, man. The Disney Star Wars franchise is just straight up garbage, man. Like, not to get into politics or anything, but like, they just got a whole bunch of token characters up in there, man. It's like they just only focus on their gender or their race, and that's it, man. Like, they're just there, bro. And that's what irritated me about the whole entire movie, because what's it called? Finn was the GOAT on that whole entire that franchise, because he did everything. And then when I saw that last movie, and then he don't even get the girl, I'm like, oh hell no, man! I'm glad this damn franchise is over.
Oh man, what did they do to my boy, man? Oh man.
Finn got friend zone. He got his dick whipped with his hand with his palm inside his damn hand, bro. Like, you got this emo bastard that don't give a care and shit. This girl like this. I'm sorry, man. Raylos are weird, bro. Like they're damn near space colors because bro.
It is a strange bunch. It is a strange breed.
I'm sorry, man. Like that's what I'm saying. It's like, the Star Wars franchise is dead, man. The only thing they got left is the Mandalorian, and they about to mess that up and everything. So, like, I don't know, man. Star Wars is technically dead in my eyes, bro. Like, and I don't see it even coming back. Like,
yeah, it's not
like
good.
Go ahead.
Carry on, buddy.
No, I was just about to say the only way they can bring the franchise back is like to do like basically the Obi-Wan movie. I believe they should do an Obi-Wan movie, a Qui-Gon movie, and a Mace Windu movie and a Yoda movie, like a mini series or something like that. Like, that's just my opinion.
They've got the Kenobi one, so that one I'm looking forward to. But I'd love to see more on Qui-Gon, Mace Windu as well. You know, I mean, a Jedi that, you know, Samuel L. Jackson aside, I mean, it's a Jedi that can use the dark side and fight for the good guys. I mean, that's sick. I want to know a little bit more.
Yeah. And I think Yoda deserves a movie too, man. Like Yoda is the GOAT in Star Wars too. So you gotta give that man his props.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah. But like how do you feel about like the next Spider-Man movie that's coming out? I want to hear your opinion on that.
I think at first, I was excited and I was amped, but the more we start to find out about it, and I was saying this to RJ and everyone in the chat, I'm starting to get a bit worried about it, where I feel like, you know, Alfred Molina, who plays Doc Ock, he's saying, you know, it's great that we got him back, but he says his Doc Ock is being taken straight from that moment in Spider-Man 2. And I just don't know how I feel about like that, because it takes away from that whole moment to bring him back and make him a baddie again. And then you're bringing Electro from Garfield's films. And then you're throwing in Toby and Andrew in there before, you know, Tom's even finished his trilogy. I'm sure he'll get more solo movies, but it just feels like maybe they, you know, biting off more than they can chew. And I feel like with the success of the Into the Spider-Verse, see you later, Mohammed. I feel like with the success of that movie, it feels like they're like, okay, right, now we know that it makes money. Let's just cash in on it. Let's cash in on it right now. And Sony being Sony, because they only have access to Spider-Man's like roster, they're gonna you're gonna start to see movies on like Silk and Silver Sable, and it's just like, okay, cool, but we don't need a movie or a show for every single character. You know, some you can just have cutting across the story, and that's that. But I am worried that they're trying to bite off more than they can chew.
For sure.
That's most of my take.
I think you might be frozen out. I think.
Hang on. Okay. There you go. It should be better.
Chosen.
Now. There we go. I think I fixed it. I think it was a Wi-Fi signal of mine.
The Wi-Fi. Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man, that's crazy. But I heard within the Spider-Verse, like the second one.
No, where'd you go, bro? Damn it. Okay. If you want to jump back in, MMA King, let me know. Oh, there you go. Oh, there you are. Said you back in.
Hello.
There you go. I felt like we were missing you just as you're about to like mic drop a great point.
Am I still good?
Oh yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah. Now I was just basically just saying, man, like the Into the Spider-Verse, like they said that they're supposed to be continuing Spider-Man the animated series during that movie. So like I'm ready for that bro.
I'm skeptical. I'm very skeptical.
Skeptical? Mm.
I mean,
Why you
Sony,
say
like,
that?
they interfered with Spider-Man 3, you know, the Amazing Spider-Man 3, they did that as well. I just really hope that they've learned their lessons from the past, and they trust in the creators, they have a vision, they work with Disney, and they just, you know, keep taking the right steps. So I've got my fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, for sure. And as far, like, now what's your opinion on, trying to think, what's your opinion like on Justice League, like the animated series when it first come out? Like, I want to hear what your thoughts on that.
You mean the like the late 90s, early 2000s one?
Yeah.
I think that is some of the best superhero content I have ever seen. Just so amazing, so well done.
I think they should use that cast, man. Like, bring it on a live action. Like, that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way they can stay DC.
Yeah. Just like it's like, right, okay, screw it. Just take that, put it here. There we go. That's it.
Yeah,
just
man.
take all of that from the hide and put it here.
That's what I'm saying. DC got so much great content, man. It's ridiculous, bro. Like they have no excuse to not be making good live action movies.
Yeah. For series, yeah, for true. They really have no excuses yet. For some reason, they keep somehow fucking it up.
It's like you got Justice League, you got Static Shock, you got Batman,
the Green
the animated
Lanterns,
series.
you got Batman the animated series, you got so much stuff. You got the Teen Titans, so much.
You can copy off of. Yeah. So,
and I feel like if they did like an MCU version of it properly, they could really be better than Marvel in so many ways. I mean, Marvel, all they've got to do now is release a clip of Baron Zemo dancing in a nightclub. Gets like 6 million views. You know, it'd be so great if DC get to that point where you just see like Kilowog, the Green Lantern, just like dancing somewhere. That would just be, it'd be so telling. That series was a classic.
Yeah.
And Mask of the Phantasm is slept on.
Yes, of course. I talked to you first time about that. It deserves a live action movie. Like, I think, like I said, like I believe, like if they was to do Master of the Phantasm, like instead of making Joker the other antagonist, I'd rather them have Clayface be the antagonist.
Change
so
it up
that way he, cause like I don't know, like I said, like I would love to see the mindset of Clayface on live action. Like I believe Clayface deserves like a live action series because like you can actually put the celebrity mindset on the screen. So
man, you and RJ.
Oh yeah, RJ, you right. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna let you guys go, man. Like I just have to get my rant out. Like Sam Russo is the GOAT. He's the GOAT. If she kept on training, like I don't know if like she'll probably be like the third best fighter if Miguel and Robbie weren't on plot. But like if she kept on training, she'd go. Tori's not that great. Y'all gotta stay blessed. Peace out.
You're the GOAT as well, you see? There you go. Cheers, MMA King. You take care, yeah? Good to see you. Okay, we'll get you back in, Ali, for closing it out, and then I'm going to round off to go and get some sleep. Tired.
Oh, okay. So I'm sorry
back.
about the Wi-Fi. I'm so sorry about the Wi-Fi. So, as I was saying before, my Wi-Fi went AIDS on me. I had to just say, I just want to say, I 100% agree with the points that you guys are making. Like with the Spider-Man thing, it's something that you can't just like take. And obviously, I understand why they're bringing back the Toby. I understand why Toby's coming back. I understand why Andrew's coming back. But like you said, Tom needs to complete his arc. Like we are barely getting into his character yet. Like I don't know if that's the best thing to do yet. Like I don't think that that's how it should work. And also, why? Like, can fuck off? Like with Sony, like Sony can. This is what I think about Sony. Sony, you can go fuck off. Like sell Spider-Man. You do not know what you're doing. It's like one of those things of DC. Like you said about like all the leakers. You said they can go fuck off. Like that's what they can do because
especially the leakers.
Yeah, especially the leakers. And I just don't see that the Spider-Verse working yet. Like it just needs to eventually happen. Not now, but eventually because I don't want to see I don't want to see Tom's Peter Parker like just
nice
like,
Yinko. Sony,
like,
not in theaters.
Like just not complete his arc. Yeah.
Yeah,
we need
sure.
if we're gonna have a Spider-Verse, we need to have a regen of we need to have a revamped version of the Bully Maguire dance. We need to have him redo it in the movie.
Oh, get all three of them to do it.
We need all three of them to do like this. We need to see all of them do this. If I don't see that, I'm gonna be so mad. Like I need to see them with all of the black tuxes, on, just doing it at the same time. And then the Joker just comes out of nowhere and starts doing it with them too. And then Zemo, that would just be so funny. And like you said, the animated series, I actually like that series. I didn't even like DC growing up, but I love that series. Like so that deserves it. But my final point and this is about Sam. Like this is my last thing. If she liked Miguel so much, why she listen to her dad about Cobra Kai? Like people say that she likes like that her and Miguel they were like in love. I'm like, if you really loved him, you wouldn't have listened to your dad. You would have gone with your heart and you would have stayed with him. But no, you had to instigate, be annoying, and be with Robbie. And now look where you are. Now you've unlocked Freddy.
I'm just that GIF that you see like on Twitter arguments with the just sitting back and watching it all unfold.
Yeah, wait, is it with that woman? Is it with that woman that is always like what she's always just like this? Like they have a bunch of those. But also my last point is obviously as a Tory fan, I'm gonna be honest. Like the main reason why I really liked her at the beginning was because I like Peyton List and like I liked a lot of her characters but I really liked her character. But yeah, like I'm not just gonna say she's a saint because she's not a saint, but like she can do better. And I've been thinking recently she's in the wrong. But yeah, what she did to Miyagi was messed up though. Like, and also I really do understand how does she lose every fight she's in? Like she has the upper hand and she loses. Like it's like you're purposely setting yourself up to fail. It's like Kylo Ren. Kylo Ren is legit self-destructing himself. And that's annoying. Yeah. But
well, often loses because of his own fault.
Yeah, and the last thing I want to say before we all leave, I just want to say we hate Tottenham, 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 we hate Tottenham. That's all I want to say.
Let's not take the piss here.
Yeah. No, let's not take the piss here.
Good old Roy Hodgson.
Classic. But yeah, I hope everybody in the stream had a good day. I hope you're having a good day, Chosen. Also, I hope Miss Chosen one's having a good day too. Tell her we said hi. But yeah, I'll round it off. But yeah, thanks for an amazing stream today. As always.
You guys are welcome. I love.
We love these streams. We love these streams. And on to 10K.
On to 10K.
And I'm gonna say it this time. May the force be with you. And that's your thing, but may the force be with you.
It's supposed to be my line, but
anyway, bye guys.
See you later, Ali. So hard I'm not digging for any info on Mortal Kombat. A debate stream. Oh, that could be fire. Oh, that could be fire. But the thing is that actually worries me. Would I be able to control the way it goes? That would actually be really intense. I might give it some thought. A debate stream. Ooh. That could be sick. We're all just debating one another. Oh, that'd be great. Like, I'll literally be that gif of Michael Jackson just sat there eating the popcorn as I was just now. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, All right, I'll consider it. I'll let you guys know when I'm going to do the debate stream. We'll do it at some point in the near future. At some point in the near future. But it is in consideration now. But I'm going to go and get ready to go to sleep. I'm tired, but thanks, Ali. Yeah, hi, Mrs. Chosen One. Yeah. Cheers, RJ. Sup, FaZe. See you later, Lisa. Who else have we got there? Yinko, thanks for popping in, bro. Chris, thanks for popping in. MMA King Jr., if you're still here somewhere. Okay, all right. Okay, that's going to be it from me tonight or this morning or this evening, wherever in the world you may be. And yeah, this was good. It was good. It was good to let our grievances kind of air out there regarding Star Wars and then whatever else, and you know, with leakers and stuff, you know, and oh hey, look at me, I can leak stuff. Yeah. Talk about you want how to be an asshole 101. Okay, yeah, trust me, bro, I'm gonna get some of that right now. I'm gonna finish these, brush my teeth, and then go to bed. See you later, guys. And remember, as much as Ali tried stealing my line, remember, the Force will be with you always. I mean, unless, you know, hey, Sam stands and all that.